are here to talk beer on a Tuesday.
Love it.
Not much better that you can find here early in the week. And I'm here with the head brewmaster at Founders, Jeremy Kosmicki. Jeremy, thanks for joining us on Unfiltered. And I'm very excited to learn about this new brand of KBS you guys are coming out with. First, though, what does KBS stand for?
KBS originally stood for Kentucky Breakfast Stout. So we had a beer called Breakfast Stout, chocolate, coffee, oatmeal in the stout, and then we barrel aged it in bourbon barrels that came from Kentucky. So maybe Kentucky Breakfast Stout.
Okay, Kentucky Breakfast. So I basically should be having one of these every morning to start my day then.
You could.
Might not be a productive work day.
Depends what you're going to do that day.
Yeah. What is the whole idea behind this style of beer, and how did it first come to be?
The Breakfast Stout was a homebrew recipe that me and my buddy Nate Walser came up with and brewed it at Founders, one of our first experimental beers. And coming across some bourbon barrels, just decided to experiment throwing it in there and seeing what happens. And that was the start of our journey down barrel aging.
And it's the process in itself is very unique, it sounds like, to make something like this.
Well, it starts off fermenting in tanks, and then when it's done fermenting, we transfer it into these barrels and give it a full year of aging. It's time to draw those flavors out of the wood.
Yeah.
And create new aromas and flavors, and it's a lot of fun.
And you've had some very unique flavors in the past, like the cinnamon vanilla cocoa, I think I remember one, the Maple Mackinac Fudge. Yeah. And now this latest one, the chocolate cherry. Who comes up with these flavor profiles? They're very unique.
Well, it's a combination. We work with the marketing departments.
Okay.
They're very creative and coming up with ideas, and I sort of can guide them into what's maybe realistic or some of the better ideas. But yeah, this one is kind of inspired by the cherry cordial, a fun piece of candy where you've got the sweetness and the tartness all kind of mingling together.
Okay, if we're going to talk about it so much, we might as well try it, right? Is there a proper way to try a beer?
I mean, first of all, I like to, appreciate the color.
Sure.
This one is rather black.
Uh-huh.
There's dark brown head on it. Give it a little swirl there.
Makes sense with the
spill.
chocolate.
But as you swirl, you're going to release some CO2, which is going to carry that aroma up a bit.
You can see the chocolate, like that brown coloring in it very well when you do that.
Fluffy head.
Yeah.
Bring it up to the nose, give it a couple sniffs.
Uh-huh.
Pick up some of that cherry.
I can smell that tartness, exactly.
Yeah.
And then go for it?
Take a sip.
Okay.
Yeah, let it roll over the tongue.
Mm-hmm. I feel like when stouts, people describe them as you feel like you're drinking and eating a meal at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, I only took one sip, so who knows? But it doesn't feel like it's not doing something crazy to my stomach right now.
Yeah, it's not overly thick. It's got a nice body to it, and there's a lot of flavors going on there, but they're pretty well balanced and kind of lets everything shine through a little bit. So as you get drinking through your glass, you're going to notice all the different elements. Aside from that cherry, the depth of the chocolate, and then of course what the barrel brings too, and then lots of vanillas and oak flavors.
You're getting high on your own supply here right now.
Well, that's what I do.
How do you feel about your latest creation, especially compared to some of the others?
Yeah, I'm happy with it. I think it came out real nice. I tried to be, conscious of how cherry can get when you overdo it, and I know a lot of people, are adverse to cough medicine type flavor. So I kept it in check here, and really it's just a nice additional tartness, and then the chocolate really provides some depth.
Yeah, I'm not typically a big stout guy.
Okay.
And I know I'm not alone when I say that.
Sure.
So for other people out there in that same boat, what is your pitch to them to come try something like this?
Well, I think that stouts can be over the top sometimes, but I think this one goes down real smooth. The barrel aging really helps kind of soften it. The alcohol kick is there, but
11.6 ABV is what I was reading.
That's probably about right.
Not a bad number there.
But if you like coffee, if you like the darker, roastier flavors, I think this hits the spot for you.
Okay. If that doesn't sell you on it, I don't know what will.
I mean,
and how can people get their hands on it?
Well, it's available at all your fine retailers, independent chain. Come down to our tap room. That's what I recommend. Come to the tap room.
Come to the tap room. Get it from the source. Can people pick it up in like stores? Are we selling it in packs yet?
Sure. Yep. It's available in 4-packs.
Great.
And on draft here in our tap room too.
And we got Valentine's Day coming up.
Oh, it's
so
perfect.
Ditch the box of chocolates and get your lady one of these, right?
Right. You want to be a hit? You want to be a hit with your girl? Bring her some of this.
There we go. All right, one more cheers.
All right, man.
Jeremy, thank you so much.
Thanks, man.